Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the MTG Arena Run today. Well, it's midweek magic. I'm actually doing this a little bit earlier because one, I can, and two, it's actually a very special version of Momir. So for those who are not familiar with this one, and for those who have been quite tormented with this one, so in Momir, everyone starts with a deck of basic lands. Actually, I think it's basic, or if it's snow, or do they still give us snow covered lands? Anyhow, the premise here is that you pay X, you discard the card, you create a token that's a copy of a random creature card with mana value X, activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. I know this is supposed to be a different version of Momir. I'm actually going to double check that one. But okay, so it says now with multicolor spells, but I think this is just a way of saying now with Streets of New Capenna. We're gonna find out. It had an interesting take there, but it's gonna be very weird if it lets you cast spells without any actual targets. I suspect it's just it could also be just everything is multicolored, which would be an interesting premise. We're gonna see how this works out here. Let's just see what changes here. So first they actually give us multicolored spells. Okay, now that's an interesting one. It does change how we play it out. Yeah, definitely gonna start playing this out. The general rule of thumb for Momir, as usual, is try not to play as early as you can. You really want to play out you really want to hit at least 9 mana. So that generally means you're skipping your first 3 turns. You're just playing lands. Should be very easy. Though having changeling, okay, this might be an interesting out here. Also, I really want to know. Oh, they also gave us an 80 card deck as well. So this would be. So it's also quite interesting. Our opponent is already timed out. Nope, I think they might have also encountered their own more. Again, so generally, if we start casting on turn 3, we will run into. So let's see, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we generally just we will only hit X equals 8. Generally fine. Opponent discards a Ravager's Mace. Gets 2 creatures. Ooh, Solar Blaze. Okay. We're opening up to many options here. I always find that X equals 2 is way too early. So it really depends. There are enough creatures that have built-in removal at usually the 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana slot. Also somehow holding on to like the Solar Blade. Okay, opponent discards. So target player or planeswalker and you gain 1 life. Opponent will not attack. Ooh, Icing Death is a good one. Unfortunately, our Solar Blaze is gonna get everything we have killed. But on the flip side, it does mean that we do have an emergency off switch. For the most part, most creatures that our opponents are going to really want to have are going to have higher power than toughness. So having an emergency off switch. Oh, they discard their Solar Blaze. Now, the Talent Soothsayer is actually decent here. It's a very good way for our opponent to start discarding cards. Except it's legendary. So not a very good idea combined with Icing Death because it'll copy the name. That zombie hippo. Okay, sure. So we're gonna keep swinging in because we technically still have an advantage right now over our opponents. I don't know if there are multiple copies of this. Actually, having the spells, it's a little bit on the weird side. So the only things we're not killing are Reaver and Talid Soothsayer, but opponent's still not incentivized to swing there. We're going to copy the Trusted Pegasus. Yeah, Yep, and our opponent is going to need extra help here. If our opponent manages to land something big, we again still have an emergency exit escape button. Not so great against these two, but opponent. Oh yeah, there's also the question. It actually gives us an out to not casting at x equals 6. Though not this demon. There is actually a demon that if you happen to land it, you don't lose. You kind of air quotes lose the game quite immediately. Well, more like next turn. Yeah, unfortunately, opponent knows we have a lot more flyers. That's usually the case with Momir. Though not so sure how the extra multicolored spells make up the randomness here. I can see cases where it messes up the lands you draw, so it would be nice to know how many of them are there in the first place. Like for example, if you also, because a Momir doesn't give you mulligans, which might be an issue. I can see cases where okay, there are 80 cards in the deck. Ooh, they actually gave us an eerie. We're most likely gonna discard this one because return any number of permanent cards is actually kind of a dud here. Yeah, Eerie Multimatum is it does get you lands back, so that there is that bonus, but we're most likely gonna discard it. They also there are also creatures as well. Okay. So definitely gonna lead off on black green. We might have an excuse to cast this. Now, Invigorating Hot Spring is an interesting one. I can cast this as a setup. And what's this? Modified creatures you control have haste. Actually, that's a good one. We can make our next 4 creatures with haste. So opponent just lands a Sanguine Spy, which is bad. But next turn we can... Yeah, we're probably going to discard Eerie Ultimatum. We are not hitting this colored mana anytime soon. Opponent going... Yeah, there is also a point in swinging. It actually depends on the board state, but yeah, on an empty board, it's usually correct to swing first because you can get raid triggers. Courtesy of the creatures from Ixalan. In this case, Jarl of the Forsaken. Okay, so no dice there. We can keep the Ravager's Mace. We are probably... Yes, I said we're probably not keeping Eerie Ultimatum. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay... Ooh, this is a... Well... Yeah, we're just holding this one back. There's no real good reason to... We're better off actually just using it to block Jarl. Opponent can just... Well, yes, I said it's better off to block Jarl here. I don't see any instance, so that might be a bonus. Yeah, so this might have actually been a trap. We do get to cast a 5-drop. We'll see how that pans out. Opponent... Angel of Mercy gains 3 life. Okay, it's starting to look really bad for us. We need to hit a creature that happens to have built-in removal. Probably, yeah, discard the mace. Yeah, just putting the counter on here because you can only activate as a sorcery, and more just having it being beefy enough to block some of, well, we still can't block this one. Opponent super unlikely to sacrifice another creature. They do have instant speed removal. Okay, that changes everything. So at this rate, we're gonna go for X equals 6. I don't mind if we lose because of it, but it's already looking very bad, so I don't see a reason to just hold back. Let's see, maybe we hit the... Nope, we don't hit the bells in lottery. But yeah, including instants. Okay, that's actually quite mean. But we do... Yeah, so we are on losing pace right now. Let's see if our opponent, maybe our opponent goes X equals 6, gets greedy. No, but usually if you... No, we have Swarm Guildmage to help. Oh, they go for it. Yeah, that's usually a dud. Now we can do Swarm Guildmage. Just start pumping life. That gives us an excuse to go X equals 5. Yeah, we'll play this. Play this. Give us a creature. You may exile 2 Ooh, if you do draw a card. And you can only activate once each turn. I might actually just hold everything back here. Because this already stymies their board until they land, unless they land a really good X equals 7. Okay, that was a good dodge. You know what? I like to gamble. Oh yikes! Not looking very great here. We could at least make this an X. So we landed only at 8 mana, so not so great. We have no good attacks. We do have good blocks, sort of. But our opponent is generally gonna win if they're able to just go X equals 8 while we end up... Though X equals 6 is not... Ooh, that's a good one. That they refill their hand. The prowess yeah, so they can go X equals 9 and just stay there, which is actually gonna probably kill us in the long term. Now I might have to do an X equals 8 of my own. It's probably not gonna be as impressive, but we don't exactly have much of a choice. 7/6. It will punch through this. Though especially if we combine it with Menace, though if we can use it to, so we can also hold on to this, discard a land card, so like say snipe a Sanguine Spy or the Angel of Mercy. Opponent's going for X equals 9, Arboretum Elemental. That's an annoying one. No, it's bad, but it's not deadly bad. This does have trample though. Problem is we don't have enough creatures to keep up. And this is what yeah, deals combat damage. So our opponent is incentivized to mass block. The mistake is to just block with they have to block with as many creatures as possible. Okay, that's 3 damage true. That's enough unless I pitch the... Yep, opponent made the first mistake there. So that gets some damage through. Gets... Okay, so we actually lose a... So we're not guaranteed to have cards all the time. We did lose a 10 de pest there. But we can now cast an X equals 9. Okay, and we can... Yeah, so... But it does make it interesting. Our opponent has to gamble if... Okay, opponent's now going for X equals 10s now. Okay, no, they took out Borborygmos. That leans... Which is quite good. Yeah, that's a vanilla. They probably have another spell in hand, but if they do cast that other spell, that okay, they don't have another spell in hand. They gave up 2 of their biggest creatures, so that's interesting. Is our opponent gonna... No, they are holding on to a spell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves me with 5 mana, which is quite good enough, if I may say so myself. Let's see what their combat trick is. Oh yeah, Vigilance also nice too. Well, we won't... Ooh, Glorybringer. We could... But at least it gives us a blocker so Sanguine Spy doesn't just run into us. Opponent is going to go for an X10, but... Between Glorybringer and Swarm Guildmage, we might... I was actually about to pitch this one early. Okay, opponent's going for X equals 11. Wait, do we even have an X equals 11? Tarask is 9. Okay, so we do have Metalwork Colossus, so they can hold. But I'm pay 2 draw. No, they're not draw. Okay. So first off, we do have to activate this. So, and also remember that we are exerting. Yeah, that's enough. The exert would take out most likely the Sanguine Spy, so they don't gain any more life. That should be enough damage to get through. Whew, that was actually very close. Yes. Okay, so there are instants. You know, it's also very suspicious that this is the one time they don't let you view the deck. Hey, nice Rafine. So I have no idea. So having to anticipate the instance that they could possibly have, that's going to be... It makes it interesting, but now I'm really curious. If they're willing to put cards like Eerie Ultimatum, which are... Okay, it's not really a dud. You can get 5 lands off it, but it feels really bad. Okay, Savage Smash sorcery, but also we're missing the green. We'll definitely play the red first, that's for sure. So we're probably gonna just do this until we get our 3 wins, or maybe until like 30-40 minutes. I don't have to get my 3 wins right away. Yeah, but looks like a lot of people are now getting in here for the first time, so it is gonna be very interesting and all. Hey! Do we dare hold on to... Okay. The discard their cards, the sacrifice is probably the most relevant part. So we're going to try to cast Sandra at all costs. We can hit X equals 7 with proper discipline. Depending on... Okay, Invigorating Hot Spring. But again, without the green mana now, this is an easy pitch. I'm more likely to pitch that over Savage Smash because Smash gives us some removal. I'm probably not willing to pitch... Although the Invigorating Hot Spring did put a lot of our creatures out of opponent's reach there. Let's see. Lightning Phoenix. Can't block. Okay, so it's a 3 mana 2/2 flyer, so it's... So let's see, green mana, no, white mana, so we go... Yeah, this is generally more useful, but it's getting late enough. Okay, so at least we got that. Okay, so this... Oh wait, what's this? It perpetually gains casualty to... Oh, we actually did hit one. The question is... Will we hit the green man? Oh, also it's also awkward if we're with only one creature, so we might want to hold on to it for a while. Okay, so we... Yeah, still missing our green mana. Death Touch also a bit annoying here. Ooh, wait. This is actually not too bad. We do... Now, this is generally a dead card in normal Momir, but this one actually does something now. We know there are creatures in the deck now. We just don't know what kind. If any... Oh, come on. But this is what? Casualty 2... Blocking doesn't do anything here. We hit an Orfeo, so 4/8. Yeah, we missed our snow. Let's take a look at 12. Orfeo, 10 the Pest. Lawmage just binding would have been nice. Again, we're missing this one. I think I can still hold out hope for it. Because, let's see. I attack, block, exile, either one of these two. Yeah, let's attack first before casting. I want to see if our... There's also a chance our opponent doesn't block, like there, see? But we are approaching a dangerous... Okay, we got blockers for days now, but we are still gonna die in the air unless we can hit green mana. Though the casualty does make it in... Oh, wait. We have to also be careful. We need to arrange the casualty to hit something else, like say the Phoenix or whatever their next drop is, before hitting Archon of Justice. And also, we don't want the exile to happen quite right away. Ooh, there's a... Okay, at least we have another juicy target. Yeah, but we probably will die here if we... So what did... So let's say, look, there's a Cabaret Charm, there's the Airy Ultimatum again. Yeah, we needed that green mana. Well, Okay, we now have a flying blocker, but it's a bit too late between all these other flyers. I'm probably not gonna block. What's this? Pay 3, put a 1. Yeah, that's a really bad card there. We do take out the Death Touch creature, but yeah, that's game. Ooh. That's sometimes the nature of Momir. You can't exactly control it, but you know what? That's fine. It's a let loose moment. You don't have to win every single game. In fact, I'm looking more forward to learning more about all the rat. Okay, so we got Solar Blaze again, so we definitely are incentivized to keep red white. Yeah, Solar Blaze, one of the best cards to have. I think there's also a case where we want to be careful what cards we play, because if other people are playing this quite a bit, they might start being aware. And the last thing I want to do is clue them in. I technically want to wait one more turn. That it does guarantee X equals 9, but I kind of want to start playing some cards too. I'm a bit impatient. Oh, nice. So this does, well, we can't Solar Blaze with this one, but let's see what our opponent lands. Opponent is going. Okay, there's also Regal. Okay, we are more likely to pitch that one. Whenever you cast a spell that, well, there are a few spells that target, so this ability actually is relevant. Also, when we attack, we could just attack sack to draw a card, so that's not too bad either. Opponent's now incentive. Actually, the way our opponent played this one, we went first, so opponent is probably going for X equals 10. So what did they land? They bound. We're also not casting spells, so this will. Oh, wait. This is a token. Does this flip? I don't remember anymore. I guess we pay X equals 5 just to see. Yeah, we pitch Swarm Guildmage here. Block is also fine too, because it will still draw a card. Opponent's deciding if they. Yeah, because I'm very certain that the day night is actually the werewolves are generally a dud, and maybe they do have their own Solar Blaze. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some Again, we're holding on to this for as long as possible. It's a good reset switch. Explorers, okay, so that's a good one. So let's see if our opponent blocks. Opponent most likely blocks. Oh yeah, the Explorer now also quite relevant. Yeah. Oh wait, I should have sacked those first. Oops, that was a mistake. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. That actually gave us ammunition for this. Yeah, we kind of lucked into that play mistake. Opponent, okay, X equals 3, so they're holding up 3 mana. There's no Jeskai Charm. There is a Law Mage's Binding. I want to see what their response is. They clearly are holding something up. That's a bit late. That's not how you activate it. Well, it does. Now I actually want to keep this. Yeah, opponent missed. I think our opponent was expecting us to play something else. They didn't expect us to attack first. Opponent is now at 7 mana. We're at 7 also. This is a sorcery, so it's gonna be interesting what our opponent plays a 7 drop. We might also just Lawmage. Ooh, that actually is interesting. We should say thank you to our opponents here. And now we have Savage Smash. Yeah, that. Yeah, our opponent's drop backfired on them. But wait, now they have 8 mana, so still can be critically bad for us. They've also been. No, they haven't sandbagged quite a bit. I'm trying. Oh yeah, it's also there's no way to track the tokens anymore, but they are going for an X8. 8-4. We can do Savage Smash, but I think Lawmage's Binding should be enough. And yeah, we have the colors already, so we might as well play X equals 4. Okay, there we go. Pretty decent all around. Opponent's going for a 9 drop, I believe. Yeah, that's how you play Lawmage's Binding. Our opponent goofed up on that one. It happens. Whew. Actually, I still feel like that game earlier. That was the second game. Creatures can't attack you. But creatures can smash you. That would usually be the game ender, but well, we dodged that bullet. I think our opponent's Mert was short-lived. So there we go. That's not bad for a half hour. I'm thinking maybe I could do. No, we did 4 games already. Yeah, I think that's solid enough. We can call this one. That's gonna be it for this episode, the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, well, definitely a good one to have. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, between this and all the previous iterations of Momir, what do you think this? How do you feel about this one? Do let us know in the comments. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.